Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make egg powder. This basically means that our eggs will last pretty much indefinitely. Yes, it is not the same as a freeze-dried eggs, but unfortunately here in UK, we can't really buy freeze-dried eggs unless we want to import them from the US. And unfortunately, they're rather expensive. However, making your own powdered eggs is very, very simple. And especially if you do have your own chickens, that could be rather cost effective. But at the same time, you can still make the powder from the eggs purchased in the supermarket. So to give you an idea, guys, here I have 30 eggs. The reason I'm doing this in 30 is because, well, I have a 9 tray Excalibur dehydrator, but I do only have 6 of those silicone trays, and each tray takes 5 eggs. So this 30 eggs altogether. Just to make you aware, this is not as fine powder as you'll get them if you were to purchase them, but nonetheless, it still works and it does a pretty good job. So let's get on with this, okay? It is very, very straightforward. So I've got some eggs in here, and I do have my processor. Again, it is optional, but I do find it's much better if you actually mix the eggs properly. They seem to dry much more easier and more even without much trouble. So, all right, each one of those, I'm doing this in 5 eggs batches. Okay. 3. 4. 5. Right, 5 eggs. Lid on. Give them a quick whiz. That's it, as simple as that. You can do this by hand manually, that's absolutely fine, but I find you get better result. Pour them in the trays. If you don't have the silicone trays, you can use a normal oven tray. Just line this with the parchment paper, and that works really well as well. So make sure, carefully spread this in each corners. You can probably get away doing the 4 eggs, but 5 eggs is pretty much the limit for the trays. But again, once we're running the dehydrator, we want to ram in as much stuff as possible. Well, I do anyway. So let's do another tray. Number 2. Just put that in there. Spread this round. Okay, so this is literally, guys, as simple as that. So I'm going to continue that with the rest of the trays, get it on, get them all in there, put them in the dehydrator, guys, and we're going to be dehydrating them at 74 degrees, okay, for approximately 10 hours. You'll know when the eggs are done because they'll literally crackle like pretty much like a desert. They'll be dry and they'll be brittle, and of course you'll be able to snap them. So let me get them in and I shall see you when they're all done. So here we are, guys, 10 hours later, and our eggs are ready, and they look rather good. I know initially, if you actually have a look at that, they do look a bit of a mess, but it is really a good result. And again, like with anything, guys, we know when the things are ready, when it kind of snaps easily. So next thing is to make them actually into the powder. So I've got my NutriBullet here, and it is, what we've got to do, just pick up our eggs. They will be a little bit oily, okay, but then it gives you actually a good understanding truly. Okay, the eggs actually are full of good oils, which is good. Put them in there. It is a messy job, unfortunately, but it's got to be done. Right, so I think I'm going to do just 1 tray at a time. Okay, I'm going to put that aside. So, right, my trusted bullet, and let's get them blitzed. And just like that, we have an egg powder. So I've got my jar in here. that in there, and it smells weird. Get them in. Okay. So there we are, guys, right? Okay, this is not as fine powder as you're gonna get with the freeze-dried eggs, but freeze-dried eggs are super, super expensive. So let me continue and powder all of the rest of the eggs, and then we're gonna rehydrate them, and I'm gonna show you what that looks like. So voila, all eggs are done. So as you can see, 30 eggs pretty much comfortably fit in a 1 liter jar. Approximately, okay, it's 1 tablespoon of egg powder to be equivalent to 1 egg. So to demonstrate, guys, right, how they rehydrate, all right, let's rehydrate them. Right, I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon, okay, it's a precious commodity, I don't want to waste that. 1 spoon of egg powder, okay, and I'm gonna add on 2 tablespoons of water, and we're gonna let it sit for a little while. So I'm gonna pour the water in. I'm gonna put the camera on it so you get to see, okay? So you can see me do it. So we get roughly 2, 1, 2. Get it mixed the best as you can. A little bit grainy, but it is what it is. So just now let it sit for between half an hour to an hour. So here we are, guys, all right? It sat here for about an hour. You can see it's not perfect, but it is getting there. You can leave this for a little bit longer. I think the idea is generally when you do rehydrate the eggs, you kind of put them in the fridge and you let them sit there overnight, because generally the longer they'll sit there, the better the result will be. You do have to mix it now and then, I find, just to get it to a slightly better consistency, but nonetheless, it is what you get. So let's try and fry them up. So here we are, we have our frying pan. So I'm going to just spray a little bit of oil, and then we're going to transfer our eggs and just trying to make some sort of scrambled egg. Okay. It's not going to be the same, guys, as you eat normal eggs, but just turn it down a tad. So here we are, guys. In a nutshell, this is really your scrambled egg. It kind of has the same gelatinous texture. It is, yeah, scrambled egg, just not such a bright yellow color. So guys, here we are. This was kind of as simple as that. And as I said, you can see they are a bit, rubbery, like, the cooked scrambled egg. But the point is, it actually tastes okay. It is palatable. By all means, right? You can see me eating it. I'm not, gagging or anything. It's acceptable. If you eat that with a little bit of baked beans or sausage, it is okay. It is scrambled egg, which is just a little bit grainy and not so yellow looking. But nonetheless, for an emergency, I think it's absolutely amazing. By all means, okay, don't, guys, compare this to a fresh egg. It's just what it is. It is dehydrated and then the rehydrated egg. But for a long-term storage, it is just amazing. So just imagine, okay, I have 30 eggs in here. You can see this was a tablespoon. You can see it's kind of, a little portion, okay? You probably end up having a couple. All depends on how many people you have and what sort of, how you're actually going to be consuming them. But nonetheless, to be fair, 10 hours of dehydrating a lot of eggs to be able to have something that will sit on the shelf and then yield you something like this, which is still going to be full of, still full of nutrients. I think it's a very, very good idea. So nonetheless, guys, I really hope that you enjoy this video. Don't forget, please, thumbs up, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.